Hey, what is going on, everybody? Top Ray, how are you doing, my friend? How'd the rest of the season go, man? I know that we here in Four Loki did not have a strong close, and obviously I've been watching DLL and Campo's videos along with J Will and folks. But videos for awards that just ended today have not come out yet, so I am curious. How it went. What's up, God Slayer Steve? How you doing, buddy? Rest in peace, Masters for us. Won the last one, but lost the previous. All right, well, at least you closed strong, and I think it was DLL's video. I watched him and Campo this morning. It sounded like you guys managed to hang on to the tier 1 rating and that sort of thing. So, I mean, just building positive momentum. I know it's always hard, right? Like, we had a tough close ourselves. So it doesn't feel good. It's not a good feeling. In fact, I don't know if we're going to make Masters, which, it's not the biggest thing from like the last tier Masters to Platinum 1 as far as the rewards are concerned, but it just feels good to have momentum. I think it feels good to have momentum. So we'll see. The 4 or 5 docks. Yeah, we'll have to see with those docks. Like, I guess those often happen like overnight, if I recall. It's always weird for me, right? Because I'm really excited to open up the rewards the next morning, and then so I wake up and they're already there. So I don't think if there's docs, I don't think I'll know about it until I wake up tomorrow. So we'll see. We're going to jump into these. We're going to do some of the objectives here and then do some of the side quests. Just have some fun. I was hoping to do kind of more of a hangout stream today and actually play the game a little bit. Yeah, so if you're on, chat away. Let's have some fun together. What's up, BMCG? How you doing, dude? How are you doing, my friend? So let's go. Let's do this. So this Anti-Venom to defeat a champion who pilots their father's mech suit. That's got to be Penny Parker, right? So let's go find Penny Parker. I love this new practice feature. I've used it a tremendous amount in preparing for war. It has been so insanely helpful. For war fights to just get like their animations down, to kind of practice stuff out. What's up, MCoC Death? How you doing, dude? Ted Stevens, what's up? Is it Green Goblin for today's Anti-Venom challenge? The one I just saw, I'm thinking it's got to be Penny Parker. I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, let me know. And I think I have a 3-star Anti-Venom. Yeah, we all got one for free, right? I probably should have ranked him up, but it is what it is. What's up, Christopher? Thanks for wishing everyone a great day. I hope you are having a great day too. I really do. All right, so let's kind of think this through. I don't think this will be too bad. Oh yeah. Yeah, DLL was even talking about her animations. Like, this is someone who I just ranked up a Venom, and one of the reasons is Penny Parker. I am going to practice the heck out of this fight if I get assigned it in war. Alright. Gotta beat her shield down. Let's go ahead and get that done. Alright, now we can do some things. She's healing back up because it is my own champion, so she has willpower. This is fun. Let's use it against her. All right. We will get there. It just might not be the fastest route. Come on now. Man, she is annoying, isn't she? And we did it. We did it. We beat the villainous Penny Parker. Hopefully that was the objective. I had a decent season. Okay, it was the objective. 65 fights. That's a lot, dude. 2 deaths. That's an awesome season. One of them was against us. Was against 4 Loki. Who did you? No, you beat up my Nimrod. Who did you die to? I'm curious. If you're comfortable sharing it. Obviously you are. You're a great player. I don't know why you wouldn't feel comfortable sharing it. Can someone tell me a profile name to fight Penny, please? Yeah, if someone's got a profile for Penny, please do that, because obviously not everyone has a Penny to just do the practice like I did. All right, guys, let's get that up there for someone. So these guys can get their fight in. I died to a domino. She clipped me on the side. Dude, will always be a tough defender. She will always be difficult. Maybe one day there'll be enough attackers who handle her well. Because right now, like, what is it? It's like Warlock isn't bad. Sorcerer Supreme is incredible, but then you got to deal with nodes, like you're saying, node 25. So you got to deal with war nodes. And then Nimrod is great, but like, how many people have a Nimrod, right? Okay. Use Anti-Venom to defeat a champion who has Clintar rage issues. Is that Anti-Venom? Is that that's got to be Agent Venom, right? It's got to be Agent Venom. Does anyone know for sure? I could look these up, actually. I should just look these up. Agent Venom. Thank you, Ted. Thank you, Ted. So let's find ourselves a nice Agent Venom. Let's go with the 3 stars here. Kind of regretting actually ranking these champions up. I wonder if I have a 2-star. Try to make this quicker. There we go. Let's practice against this guy. What's up, Jay Will? How you doing, dude? 5 docs and we are in 5. That's shooting for a lot at the Masters tier, but I like the holding out hopes. And I do well with you guys winning this last war. I'm wondering how we'll be ranked relative to each other. Because we were ahead of you guys. We were still barely in Masters. So I'm curious how that'll turn out. It just feels better if you win and you don't have to worry about these things. And as we said, it's not like we really do have to worry. The rewards difference is quite minimal. I think it's just the rank 4. I think it's just the rank 4 rewards, and it's a very small number considering how many you actually need. That being said, of course we all want it, right? That's why we're competing and trying to win. All right, let's get this down. Not even gonna. Oh, I was just saying I wasn't gonna do anything adventurous. So I just want to get these over. Then I ran right into that parry. All right, let's actually do a little bit of the side quest. I'm sure everyone doesn't want to see objectives all day. Let's see here. I normally use AA, but the node had Force of Will as well. Yeah. I used to use AA against her on Section 2, Path 7897. We would work out really well, but then they started changing things around, and I don't feel like she's getting placed there that much anymore anyway. I see everyone's looking for... If we get a Penny Parker duel, let's put that up there, guys. I just pulled 6-star Beast. When's his update coming? Hopefully in December. I pulled that guy so many times in a row lately. I would really like to see him updated. Let's pray for them. What's up, Illusion? How you doing, dude? Thanks so much for being here. Yeah, you know, MCoC, that's what I'm doing. I've really enjoyed that, but so often people don't have champions, especially a new champion like Penny, you know? So many people are just not going to have her yet. What's up, Dalmadeus? How you doing? Penny Parker, easy dual target. Let's see. There we go. Thank you, Dustin. Dustin has come through. We're going to pin that for now. So everyone can see that, so we can get the Penny Parker dual target going. All right, dude, here we go. Let's do a little side quest. I'm doing the 6-star shard one. I don't recall what the nodes are. Oh no, not this one, not this one, not this one. Here we go. Got a little ahead of myself. Symbiotic enhancement. Let me remind myself of the nodes. It's been a bit. I really got focused on the end of war season. Took a lot of really cool fights that were new to me. Mixmaster, Power Focused 1. Dizzy. Bubble Shield, huh? Let's see here. Let's try Shang-Chi because he is fun. And a new recent favorite of mine, Mole Man. I used him a lot this war season, like quite a bit, and in a variety of places. I was on lane 4 quite a bit early in the season, had a lot of fun with him, and then been moved over to lane 9 in section 2. That kind of like became my domain. A lot of, for a variety of reasons. One is I just had the roster for it, having a highly ranked Sorcerer Supreme to take out that Magneto who is often there, and then having a highly ranked Mole Man, and then I ranked up Mr. Negative in the middle of the season, and had a lot of fun. In fact, I have another very cool war fight video, one last one coming out probably in a couple days, and we've got another Mr. Negative fight that I'm really pumped up to show, and then a Sorcerer Supreme boss fight. I got to end the season on a boss fight, so I'm really excited about that. Jacob's here. What's up, Jacob? How you doing, dude? I placed my R3 Man-Thing as a boss today. BMCG, you love your Man-Thing. We're locked in P2. He already had 3 kills. That's awesome. 5 of 5 Mystic Dispersion. Nicely done. Elliot Stranzel, the Strands himself. Anyone who plays MCoC has not been able to not hear the legend that is Mr. Strands and his Spider-Man 99. This is the guy. This is Strands, everybody. So thank you, Strands, for being here. I really appreciate it. And it's cool to see you getting the recognition, dude. I heard Legacy actually shout you out twice in separate videos. I thought that was very, very cool of him. Good guy. What a good dude, right? And thanks for showing everyone like how awesome Spider-Man 99 can be. And thank you for being here. But you actually had a question, which were, are objectives this month even worth it? Still haven't completed September. Dude, you know what? As much as I hate that stuff, and you know me, I don't have a ton of time, I still did it. I still did it. There's a lot of shards, man. It's a lot of shards. Like, I know everyone's excited about Steve and Symbiote and all that, and that is fun, and that's cool. But the shards, that's significant. And with the way the featured crystal is right now, I think it's worth it. Who is Mole Man? I only know of the Mole God. Get out of here with the Mole God nonsense. They can't all be God, right? Can they? I don't know. I like Mole Dude. But I have enjoyed playing Mole Man more and more. I get it, and the variety of places you can take him, like as you start to really understand what he can do, is pretty incredible. All right, let's pay a little bit of attention here. I don't want to embarrass my boy Shang-Chi by making him look bad. There we go. All right. And then let's get this guy to throw one. I still have a very specific set of masteries on right now. I may look to change those if it becomes a problem. You can see I took Mr. Negative fights and Sorcerer Supreme fights. So I have on some interesting stuff. Even at the, what's that called? Resonate, where you get the weakness C buff there. I'm realizing my voice is a little weak today. What's up, Nomad? Thank you so much for being here. Man-Thing on boss node looks like an easy spider. If only they had strands. If they had strands, they'd be able to handle a Man-Thing on boss, but they don't. I guarantee you they don't have strands. Would you R3 Venom unduped? Yeah, I mean, Michael, I know you, man. I know you got you have a sizable account. I can't help but think maybe you have some better options. But if you really like him, yeah, go for it. I just ranked 3 my Venom. He is Sig 20, but I took him up because we're looking for a couple of very specific counters in war. With my account, I can get through content. I love doing war-based rank ups, and when they need a specific champion, I really enjoy having them. Sometimes it means, I take in a champion that I don't play all the time, but then I get to really study them. So it's fun, man. It's really, really fun. There's a lot of reasons why I like war. I know it's a far from perfect mode of the game. I know that. I'm one of the people vocally saying it is. But it's still awesome. And when you get deep into it, you get to know the champions so well and like what they can do. It is like, honestly, think about it. If Strands, it was not so into war and in such a good war alliance, I don't know. Would we have found out how good Spider-Man 99 was? I mean, maybe eventually, right? Like Mike or Legacy maybe would have ranked them up and seen this. I don't know. But war just gets you to find the nitty gritty on these champions and a lot of the nuance and niche. So it's cool. Raheem, we pinned it in the chat, buddy. See if you can find. See if you can see the pin. It looks like it's Soil 093. Looks like it's Soil 093. What would be the most Strands champ as my first? I think it's got to be Spider 99, dude. I mean, and you're shortchanging yourself there, buddy. Like, you were on Human Torch way before anyone else was. You were on Human Torch very, very early. So I would think Spider-Man 99. The problem is are you going to be able to get the stones into him to rank him up that high? But Silver Centurion's awesome. You know, I love Sorcerer Supreme. And what? That was like, I think the first boss fight. Didn't you solo boss with Sorcerer Supreme? And that was on Legacy's channel too? This is going back a while. Jay Will, that's true. Knowing Strands, he's going to pull one of like December's champions and show us all that it's one of the best champions in the game. It feels good to do this stuff. So for those of you who don't know, Strands and I have known each other for years. I mean, I think we were in Evil together for a very short period of time, and then definitely played in WoW together for forever. I'm not paying attention, so I'm all excited. I like to talk about my friends. It's fun. What's up, OG Highline? How you doing, buddy? Congrats to your favorite baseball team. I will be cheering for them in the World Series here. All right, let's end Wolverine. Yeah, cool. Anyone got a Penny Parker do? Siedre, it is in the pinned comment here in the chat. Check that out. Too Extreme, how you doing, my friend? Thank you so much for being here. What's up, K-Dog? How are you doing, dude? You having a good day? We started a little late today. Started a little bit later. It just worked out well. Top right, I was on the Spider-Man 99 train the moment he was released. Just can't seem to pull him. Dude, so I'm going to have some Crystal videos coming out soon. I really, really do like him. I hope to pull him. And I'll hopefully in the War Rewards tomorrow. I would really like to see that happen. Strands, I can get him to Sig 100 now. I still had Dominant on the old war map with an unstoppable node. That's what it was. I knew you had Sorcerer Supreme in there in one of Legacy's video, and he was really impressed with it. Do you how far are you from your next rank 3 or rank 4 Strands? I would imagine you got to be getting close. Penny Parker auto block damage is high for a 3-star. Yeah, Joseph, I started off with that, and I was a little surprised. I had to really pay attention and focus to make sure I beat her. It wouldn't have been the end of the world. I could have done the fight over, but I really did not want to. OG Highline, wife, kid, and I are going to game 2. Dude, what an awesome experience. Right? Like, being able to take your kids to a ball game, it's just like it's like the next level, man. It really is. That's awesome. I hope they crush it. Like, I hope your team just crushes it. And it just makes it more fun. Like, when we first moved to San Francisco, my daughter was quite a bit older than OG Highline's child is right now. But when we first moved to San Francisco, we were up in a like an apartment building type thing that was like 4 blocks from the stadium, and they were playing the Cardinals, I believe it was, in the I guess it was probably the NLCS, and it was just awesome. And I don't know how we were able to just get tickets like the day of, like legit tickets, not like scalpers or something. Like, you could just buy them. And we were pretty high up, right? But it was just fun. It was just fun to be there, and it was like my daughter's first ball game. It was just cool. I'm not even a Giants fan. It was just fun to be there. It was a great atmosphere. Strands, yeah, that's right. We did meet, and we watched the Eagles in the playoffs. I don't recall if they even won that game. I think I was just excited to meet you for the first time, and then I had one of my other buddies there who's from Pennsylvania. So that was awesome. Here, Michael, let's get this fight in. But Penny as a usable warfighter. Let me remind myself of what this node has. This is 1 negative to Shang-Chi. I think because we can stun, we're going to be able to land his slow. There we go. Yeah, so we're all right. I think Penny is going to have a lot of uses in war, and I am mainly saying that because Taters thinks that. And Taters knows his business when it comes to war. I mean, he knows his business about the game in general, but he is a war guru. And so I was not that excited about Penny. I mean, I like her. Don't get me wrong. I think she's a good champion. But Tater saying that he likes her that much is why I will rank 3 her if I can dupe her. She's got to be duped though. All of those heal blocks are in the are in her awakened ability, which kind of stinks in my opinion. But Kabam did not ask me when they made her. And so make sure she's awakened. But I think she's going to have uses, not only because of her interesting set of immunities, but any heal block is a big deal. Her synergy with Falcon, who is used a lot in war. I'm not a massive fan of Falcon. I still have him at rank 2. But I think it's her synergy with Falcon has her go stun immune if her shield is up, which is, again, in war. That's I mean, it's a big deal in questing too, right? But it's a massive deal in war to be able to go stun immune. Just anytime you can have safeguards built into your attacker, and then also have that attacker have extra utility and have the ability to do enough damage, which she certainly has in spades, right? That's a big, big deal. Let's check out that synergy, actually, because I want to make sure I'm telling everybody the right thing. Let's check it out. Let's see. I believe it's with Falcon. And Airwalker, in case you want to use Airwalker. While the Sync Shield is active, becomes stun immune. I mean, that's a really big deal. That's a really big deal. She also has some unique power control there, and then, of course, heal block, as we already said. Already died twice to the duel. Is it a 6-star? Is there an easy one? Let me see if... I know on our Discord server, we update... we bring in the True Ghost feed, who usually has these. Now, it's a 5-star rank 1, man. Yeah, but that's going to be tough. If you, like me, if you just haven't even ranked up your 3-star at all, then that's a tough fight, man. That's a tough fight. So I guess just stick with it. I wish we had better advice there. I wish we had better advice. Sorry about that. Just stick with it, right? I'm like 14K tier 3 OA, still working on 7.3. 7.3 is long, dude. I don't blame you. I'm still working on it. In fact, I finished initial completion yesterday. Initial completion, I'll have an opening video coming out sometime this week. I'm still trying to figure out when to release stuff. And so that was good. And then I did get the offer. I felt a little, I don't know, I had mixed feelings about it, but it's rank 4 assets and then the guaranteed tier 5 CC 25%. And then I'm going to work through 7.2. So I probably will use some of those items. And I decided I'm going to go ahead and finish off 7.2. But hopefully you get there, dude. I'm excited to see who you rank up. I'm excited to see you rank up for sure. And then if you do the Karina challenges, I think you and I chatted about this, and you weren't quite done on those. But you get that done, dude, and then you get your Spider-Man 90. I'm telling you, I know you and I talked about it. I think you will notice I think it'll be a noticeable damage increase by getting him to a super high sig. Having those ruptures replenish themselves instead of just going away, I think will be a nice increase, dude. Not that you need it. I mean, you're soloing everything with them already. But still. Any profile name where I can find a 6-star Bishop, Iceman, Storm, or Kitty Pryde? Man, I'm sorry. I don't know. Though, Aunt May now has listed where you can find them in content. Obviously, that's not a profile, and that's what you're asking for. So I understand that. You really don't want to do the Karina challenge? Dude, I didn't want to either. I didn't want to either, but it's not that bad. It's always different though, right? Like when you're someone who streams, it's not that bad because I get to sit here and hang out with you guys. But if you're just sitting there, it's not that fun. It's not that fun. How many crystals did you have to buy pull to get 6-star Shang-Chi? Oh, let's not go there. Let's not let's not do that. Actually, you know what? Shang-Chi was one of those stupidly lucky ones. Shang-Chi was a stupidly lucky one for me. I got really lucky with him. And then I just dumped 6 stones into him. He's not a great use of 6 stones unless you're doing it for the reason I did, which is I wanted him to be my first rank 4. I didn't want to feel badly about not having his prestige maxed out because, prestige is important for my alliance. In fact, somehow 4 Loki was the 12th AQ alliance. I don't know how that happened. I think someone must some alliances must have like not finished the map or something. Something odd, I think, happened. But we're trying to stay in top 20, and you're bringing up a rank 4 champion. I think, for me anyway, I'm not saying everyone else needs to do this, but for me, my role in that alliance and things, like, I wanted him, my first rank 4, and any rank 4 that's going to be in my prestige, to have Sig 200, so I could have the prestige up. So that's why I put those stones into him. Is Ultron's SB3 bugged? I think there is something there that's supposedly increasing his damage, Alan. I rarely throw his SB3 when I use him, so I've never even tested it. But before I ranked him up, I did play him knowing that there was potentially a damage increase coming, and he has plenty of damage. He's just fine. I actually feel that if, like, I was going to blindly fight a mutant, if all I knew was that the defender was a mutant, I think I would take in Ultron even over Nimrod, because I just think Ultron's that good. And then having his bleed become a degen instead, it's a really big deal. It's a really big deal. And he's the most annoying thing about him is that evade. That still screws with me a little bit sometimes. Jacob's in the house. All the goats are here this afternoon. You got it. I think a couple of people are going to join us on call in a little bit too. Anti-Venom is better than Penny Parker. Oh, because of their they both have the same immunities, right? They're both poison and incinerate. Is it? I think it's poison and incinerate. They're both good for hazard shift, right? And then the thing with Anti-Venom, and if anyone hasn't checked it out, they really should. Strands gave DLL. Let me get working on this fight. The Strands gave DLL footage of a rank 3 Anti-Venom, which was awesome, and then showed the synergy and how awesome it is for Spider-Man 99. I think, or was that with Legacy that did that, Strands? I can't remember exactly right now, but it is extremely helpful. Shang-Chi's not, I don't think he's the most streamer, like, having a conversation friendly champion. Because you do want to pay attention to what strikes you've used. Obviously, this isn't the toughest fight with a rank 4, but I did want to, because you're hitting into the block, and if you've accidentally used your strikes and you just throw a medium into a block, you could end up in some big trouble if you're expecting it to be unblockable or to stun the opponent. I'll take stagger over heal block. Dude, so again, I know it sounds like me and Strands just having a one-way conversation, but Strands is making some interesting points. I really think Hood could be used in high-tier war. Taters knows his stuff. I already said he's a guru, right? And I think I'm going to spend this offseason trying to convince him that I could use Hood in high-tier war, and the stagger is part of it. I do think, and he's right about this, I do think, like, Sorcerer Supreme, I'm thinking it's for some very specific fights. Sorcerer Supreme is probably safer. She probably is, for sure. I know she is. But I think if you get really comfortable with what Hood can do and using his miss mechanic well, and pair him with Mole Man, who I frequently take into war, I like Hood. I really do. I have another Mystic Tier 5 CC, and I'm genuinely just struggling to pick between Clairvoyant, who I've passed over too many times. She's so worthy of it, obviously. Sigil Witch, who's surprising me. I love the fact that she can handle unblockable, which I feel like we're seeing more and more in this game, or maybe it just stands out because it's so annoying, but it feels like so frequently we're playing the game and the node's like, if you dex 5 times, your opponent's going to go unblockable for 15 seconds. You're like, okay, so I'm just not supposed to dex? Like, so having a built-in solution feels really good. And then Hood, who I absolutely love. How many junk crystals? No, man, the Shang-Chi one, I show you guys everything. I don't like just show the good ones. In fact, sometimes people were like, dude, why'd you show us this terrible opening? I'm like, because it was real. Like, that was the experience. The one that I didn't show, there's been one that I haven't shown everything, and that was Kitty Pryde. But I specifically said in the video, I was like, look, if this gets 400 likes, if 400 people enjoy it enough, I'll show you guys the rest of this hunt. But I have this like kind of mixed feelings. Like I think Chris was a part of the game. I enjoy doing that, but I'm really big on like, look, this is the moment, and I don't want to glamorize these massive hunts. Like I honestly, I did that early in my YouTube career, I guess let's call it, and it didn't feel good. It didn't. And so I've just grossly moved away from that, and I've actually moved away from playing the game that way. So if you're interested in talking about that more, I'm happy to talk about it. I just know it's a serious subject, so it's not something people want to tune in the stream and hear, I think. But I'm happy to talk about it if you have questions. And immunities are the same, plus crazy. Yeah, okay, so Strands is basically saying what I was saying. He just said it a while ago. Yes, Airwalker, the best herald ever. Great against both Grandmaster Phase 3 and 7.3. Yeah. So all you got to do is get Grandmaster Kang placed in war and bring along Airwalker, and you are solid. Your Spider-Man, the Penny Parker Airwalker team will be all the rage. Watch Airwalker, and he could use a little buff. We're going to see him get the next buff here, and he will become an awesome champion. I did that. I did like a state of the game, and I knew it wouldn't be like a super popular video. I'm very okay with that. But I just wanted to get that out there so I had something to point to. And one of the things we're doing was going over like the cadence, because like I don't particularly like the cadence with which champions come out, because I think they often come with bugs, and I don't like that. And but one of the things I did say, and it wasn't until I made the video that I really started to think it through, was how many of the buff champions are... Oh wow, I thought that was going to kill him for sure. Put down my phone. Better pick my phone back up. Get that bleed off me. Alright, hopefully this kills him. There we go. It was how many champions are awesome, and I used in like high tier war in-game content. There was Ultron, there was Mole Man, there was Kingpin, and I know I'm missing a couple more. Obviously Falcon as well. We all know the skill class got a huge boost. Venom pool, like the buffs have been pretty significant, and these are often champions that people already had, which I think is really awesome. And they seem well situated to like continue on. Like Venom pool in particular feels very much like what is going on with difficult defenders like Penny Parker that had just come out, which I also thought was cool. It wasn't like they just made like, okay, cool, now you've got a champion that can handle Act 5, congratulations. You know, this was like, they can handle Act 5, probably do things going on in the game too. So I was pretty pumped up about that. Jacob, let's not talk about how much it can take to get a certain champion, especially not Apocalypse. Let's not bring up Apocalypse. It's an upsetting subject. Jay Will, I know you love your Shang-Chi, my friend. K-Dog's enjoying Anti-Venom more than I thought I would. I've just not seen it. Like, we all have champions who we enjoy their style. I did not think I was going to like Mr. Negative. I took him to rank 2 and I was like, I'm not feeling this. And then, like I said, my BG could really use one. And I was like, well, I have one. I'll take him to rank 3. And so I did. And then that caused me again, like, I know I'm like a total like fanboy for war. I am. It is what it is. But it caused me to really like start practicing him. And it caused me to start understanding how to play him. And now I love him. Like, I just took him into 7.3 to finish it off, where it felt like a Mr. Fantastic, who I also really love, or a Human Torch would have worked maybe even superior. And I was like, I don't care. I want to play Mr. Negative. He's like that much fun. So I hear that. I see how people could feel that way about Anti-Venom, especially if you put the time in. Mr. Beldy, I'm so happy it's awesome. So am I. I felt that. That's not usually something I feel, but I put in more work than normal for war this season. And I'm ready for a little break. I'm excited to continue on and get that stuff going. But I am ready for a little break. Let's get this Spidey down. I swear, the game just does not always register my dash back on that SP1 of Spider-Man's. It is what it is. I mean, I'm happy that I'm blocking it, you know? Stupid bubble shield. Good thing we still have Shang-Chi. I love my 6-star Anti-Venom. Totally in love with him. Pedro, are you able to use, and I think it was K-Dog, do you guys feel like you're able to utilize the utility and still get damage? Like, how are you guys working that out? Like, we tested him on stream, and it felt like there was definitely utility there. And I was kind of like comparing him to Cosmic Ghost Rider. I realize they're different. But that Cosmic Ghost Rider, it feels like setting up this moment and then you just destroy the opponent, right? Like they can't gain power, and if you've got the Damnation, I think it's called, you shut down so much and then you just dish out so much damage in a very short period of time, the defender dies. And I was wondering if Anti-Venom's similar. Like you're using utility, you're shutting down like a heal, or shutting down an evade, or what have you, and then there's this moment where you smartly cash them all in and just wreck the defender. Is that kind of how, like that's how it felt like it was supposed to work? But it's so hard to say, you know, like some of these champions, it's hours and hours to really start to get them. I think Campo mentioned this. There was a fight where a friend of ours used Hood and wrecked Harris. I saw it. So I am top right. Thank you for making sure I saw that. I am going to build up a stash, a arsenal, let's call it, of Hood gameplay. And then I'm just going to send it to Taters and see what he thinks. Work, what's up, dude? Thanks for being here. The Spider-Man 99 Anti-Venom synergy fight in the vid was Strands. Anti-Venom on HS was my demonstration on how to not... Stop it, dude. Stop it. You played so well. You played so well. That was you, right? You had the boss fight. I would prefer not to use items here, so I'm gonna pay attention. Almost took that heavy to the face, though. All right, we'll do one more combo. See if this does it. Yeah, what do you know, folks? You bring in a rank 4 Shang-Chi and it works out all right. Who would have thought? Thoughts on R4 Apocalypse over the normal Dooms and Hercules? I love it, Michael. If I had to choose, and I probably chose too early, like in hindsight, because I had all these Sig Stones that were expiring, so I wanted to use them. And I thought, well, you know, I definitely want to take up Shang-Chi as my first rank 4. Like, I'll evaluate when time comes. Like, Hercules really tempted me. I was tempted by Herc. But I put in those Sig Stones into Professor X, who also is not an amazing use of Sig Stones. But again, my whole thing on like wanting my rank 4s to be Sig 200, at least if they're going to affect my prestige. And I'm not regretting it per se, but I am wondering if I should have put them into Apocalypse, because I never get assigned Professor X in War. And I have been assigned Apocalypse. I also think Apocalypse at rank 4 might have been a nice little defender. Or not a little defender, but you get my point. So I think I like it. He's an awesome champion. He makes other champions awesome. He doesn't need to, though. Like, he's awesome on his own, right? So I like it. I like it, Mike. And I do think DLL has just showed up. What's up, dude? Are you there?
I'm doing pretty well.
You know, buddy, I'm going to tune you up a little bit. So don't adjust your volume. Let's see. Okay. Guys, if he ends up too loud, let me know. Oh, no, I have you all the way turned up. Let's just let me know if you guys can hear.
I was a little further away from the mic, so
got it.
Maybe this is better.
Cool. How you doing, bud?
I'm doing pretty good. You know, was hoping for a little bit better placement at the end of the season, but we know what we did.
You sounded like you sounded like an upset parent right there. You know, talking to a child. You know what you did.
That's kind of how it feels sometimes, you know?
Yeah, I do.
You don't blame the kid for everything. You know your role, but like, you know, you... Yeah.
I'm not upset. I'm just disappointed.
But I mean, I had a couple really ugly deaths, and, you know, there's always at least one or two things that you either mess up or don't catch, or, you know, it happens.
Yeah. Oh, man. Bubble Shield, not good to start off with 4 blocked hits. I know Maw's not the fastest attacker, but he is fun.
He
You're
really
with me
is. I've been using
yeah.
him for some of those paradox lanes where he gets rolling. I think I took the one where specials power burn after them. And the first couple knockdowns were a little tricky with him, but yeah. He's not nearly as fast as Doom for a lot of these, but I don't know if you saw, I kind of complained at one point in the Discord that one of my issues with 7.3 is that a lot of the design decisions seem to be like, oh, okay, let's make a Mystic lane, and let's do something to make it difficult. And then Doom will be the best answer, and we'll stop thinking there.
Yeah. Part of me on that stuff wonders if it's like Doom, it's just if Doom's the problem.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, I think you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah, but I don't think that's all of it, because they also, like, they love to do things where it's like, okay, well, you have to knock them down, but we're going to punish you if you parry. And then everybody goes, okay, so I'm going to shock them and heavy them with Doom, right? And they go, yeah, that'll work. Like, it's that kind of thing where...
yeah.
That feels like a design decision. You know that I think that Doom is a little overtuned with his stats, but what I'm reacting to, at least this time, feels like a design thing.
If Celise or Agent is watching, congratulations on the win. So, you know, those of you watching for Loki, we came up a little short, but congratulations to our buddies over at GT40. I think they ended up with a really nice season. So
yeah, great alliance, and I know they worked really hard for it. They had some less fun wars as well.
Yep.
Strands, is this Anti-Venom over Penny specifically for hazard shift?
No, you know, so
in general.
I was talking, I think I'm going back in the conversation because I'm a bit behind on the chat. I was talking about playing Anti-Venom and how I felt like he had a lot of utility, but that to me, it felt similar to how I often approach CGR, where it's like I try to create these moments and then just destroy the defender in those moments, right? Where that's how it kind of felt with Anti-Venom, but I was curious because a couple people in the chat, like K-Dog, were saying they really enjoy him. And I was saying, like, I was not a massive fan, but I know a lot of people like him, and I was just kind of asking how that plays out. And then obviously Strands has a rank 3, right? So,
right. Yeah. You also don't use CGR all that much anymore, right?
No, not at all. If I can in questing, I will. But yeah.
Yeah, I think it's just you and I tend to prefer champions that are... It's not even necessarily more in control, because I don't want to say that CGR isn't in control, but just like in control for more of the fight.
I wonder though how much of that is me, like that it might be possible with him. Like I've seen some of BMCG's war videos lately, and
yeah, he's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not... Like, I still wonder about it sometimes, because I feel like in a fully developed Tier 1 battle group, some of the fights he's taking, I think there are still safer fights. Because some of the things he does, I'm like, dude, that was awesome, you crushed it. But, like, if his finger slipped, then is he able to recover it?
So far, so good from what I've seen, but I hear you.
Because, like, Godman had something this season where he was taking a fight with Doom, and in the middle of his Doom cycle, like, he did the 2 mediums after the special 3, and then it didn't respond to him for a second, and they came out of the stun, and he got hit with a special 3.
Oh, really?
I mean, he managed to rescue that fight, but, like... Those are the kinds of things that I worry about. Like, if something goes wrong, can you get back on?
Which is not easy to do with CGR.
Yeah, that's my main hesitation with him. Because, like, I mean...
Yeah.
you've rescued fights with Archangel that did not go perfectly.
Yeah.
You've seen a couple of my fights where I've rescued them with Reed after them not going perfectly, and that's why I value those so highly. I don't know. I'm definitely impressed by what B's doing. But I think the comparison to Anti-Venom's definitely a good one. It feels like there's, absurd damage in small windows and enough utility around it to, bring the weapons to bear, so to speak. Hey, Janik.
Man, sometimes I just can't. No, sorry. I was even commenting earlier that sometimes like the phone just doesn't register my swipe back on the second part of Spider-Man Evade. Like it just.
Yeah, I think it's one of those where the window is like actually a few frames in front of where every fiber of our being tells us it should be.
It kind of feels to me like, and hear me out on this. Oh wait, I was trying to talk and play Shang-Chi. That's a bad idea.
From my limited experience with him, I think that's true.
But it feels like the 6.2 champion one, where you're like, no, I nailed it. I nailed that evade, and you don't. And then when you actually do nail it, you're like, oh yeah, that's what it's supposed to feel like. So like your visual idea there, I think resonates with what I. Oh man, too much talking, not enough paying attention. But that resonates with what I was feeling too. Man, I'm gonna have to use a revive. Oh well. Did I hear you say Janik?
Janik is in the chat, at least temporarily.
What is up, buddy? How you doing? It's probably like I just pulled 6-star Icarus.
Yeah, but I think in general, like talking about Penny versus Anti-Venom, I think they probably both land in that good but not great category. For me personally, I think a big part of it is that Penny's situational and short duration heal block is a significantly less powerful ability on a tech than Anti-Venom's long, reliable stagger is on a science champion. Because I think he's only the third science character with a stagger. And when you combine that with his unique immunities, even places where you can't get his amazing damage, it just gives him some control that not a lot of other characters can bring to bear.
Yeah, that makes sense. I was worried I went into the wrong side quest. I've done that a few times. Sig is insanely valuable. I think so, Talk, right? And I believe that DLL agrees. Last we've talked on this, he and I were both on the it's not a bad Sig, guys. Like saving yourself potions is good. It's a good thing.
And even in war, where you probably want to heal up, like at worst, it's kind of a faster regen boost at the start of the fight.
Yeah. You know what? It actually, I believe this is real. I apologize if I dreamt this or something. But I believe his designer even came out and said that it was intended to. Man, I just did not do that right. It was intended to feel like how it is with Apocalypse, meaning you can make a horseman, or you bring along this team with him, and he's the leader of it. He does a couple of fights. And like his horseman does a fight or two, and he is stronger when you need him. Like it just, I don't know. I remember liking that a lot about the character.
Yeah, thematically, it's awesome.
Yeah,
because I feel the same way about Odin. Like at least since they fixed him, I think the first iteration of his Odin Sleep was a complete and total miss. But since they've fixed it, I feel like I can still use the character for an entire lane if I need to, but he feels so strong if I'm doing something like giving his pre-fights to Surfer and then tagging them in and out.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I really have enjoyed lately him and Angela.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, what is up, dude? Thank you so much. I really appreciate it, buddy. How are you doing today? Let's get that on the board.
Janik pulled magic as a 6-star. that is a joke for those of you not familiar with Janik's truly disgusting level of Cavalier Crystal luck.
It is. It even makes me a little bit. I don't know. I'm not sure what the word is for it. Hammy, dude, thank you so much for being here, Hammy. I really appreciate it. I appreciate the kind words. Hopefully you are enjoying it. Let us know if you have any questions, dude. Paradox was not a good hit in my order. Worst part about Act 7 so far. I have not done enough of 7.3 to comment educatedly. That's a good word to not know the right form of. That was perfect. The one lane I took that had it was grossly in my favor, and so I did like it.
Yeah, it has some really cool interactions. I don't know if you've taken the Do You Bleed path yet.
No.
But I did that one with Killmonger, Jabari, OG Black Panther, and then Winter Soldier. Actually, I used Winter Soldier for a couple, so I won't say on the team. And then Black Panther, Civil Warrior on the team purely as a synergy. And all 4 of the champions I used just felt amazing. Winter Soldier landed a couple special ones where he did 2 long bleeds for 6k each.
Oh, nice.
And I did the thing with Jabari that you're supposed to do, you go into the hunt, you land the heavy to double half of her bleeds, and ooh, that is so much fun. I really like her.
That was weird, man. I just had 2 intercepts. Light too with her, just flat out they didn't charge in with the infuriate. I'm not going to make a big deal about it yet, but if that continues to happen, I will.
Yeah.
What? No, tell me.
Well, that same Do You Bleed thing has the aggressive nodes because the way that you're supposed to manage your paradox is with intercepts.
Yeah.
But there are several champions on there. There's a Dr. Octopus and then there's a Mysterio. And for both of them, I'm as soon as I saw them, I go, they're not going to play ball with the intercepts.
Yeah.
I've fought these champions before. No way are they going to be polite. And I was correct. So those are the fights that I used Winter Soldier for because he's kind of just my brute force burn it option.
Mm-hmm.
And I was right with both of them. There was a spot where, I needed to go for an intercept. I did my 3 hits, backed off, waited for them to kind of move, went for it, and they just idled forward and light attacked me in the face. And that's on a node where it's oh, trust us, we changed the AI so that they dash all the time.
That's a trust exercise where they actually don't catch you.
Yeah, exactly. That's awesome, buddy. I was wondering if you had done exactly that because I know that you said you really enjoy using both of those. Man, I hope that when they buff Black Panther Civil War, that he really is worthy of it because the other 3 Wakandans are just so cool. Even if they're not at the absolute top of their class, all 3 of them, I feel, are so well designed and so fun to play and still effective when you use them correctly. Killmonger's obviously my favorite, but really all 3. And so I hope I hope it's all of them.
Jeez Louise. Perk just saved me, huh?
Yeah, that was interesting.
The fact that I'm struggling to get the full SP1 evade is not good with Bubble Shield. What's up, Celoy?
Personally, I have to stay significantly closer to get it.
That is helpful. Godman's given me that advice before. Today's dual target is the Penny Parker is pinned in the chat, so just go ahead up there. And then Kai's is saying terrible loss. We lost by 1 kill again. Wish me luck. I'm off to retirement.
Sorry.
Oh, you really retiring, Kai's? I feel like you're traveling soon. So is this just a temporary retirement until you return? Or are you done? Let us know. I'm interested. Janik needs the Oathspan virus. That's funny. So the Oathspan virus, Oathspan has a tendency to pull SIG 200 champions a lot. Like
Specifically, like 12 dooms in 3 months or something stupid.
Exactly. Why am I not bringing my newest rank 3? I should do that.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I'm surprised Kabam Nurse Psycho Man still hasn't touched Janik's luck. That's funny. Corvus
Strands is saying that you'd like to take 2099 to rank 4.
I want Strands to take Spider-Man 99 to rank 4 because he's really close to it. But I did bring up, I was like, you gotta sig him up, so you gotta do Karina and all that stuff. So don't go giving me in trouble, Strands. So for those who don't know, because
we had talked about it, and like I would be fully in support of that decision because he's obviously such a great character.
Yeah. But hold on, let me explain though. For those who don't know, this is DLL. You probably know that, but he is Strands' current BG leader, and so he has a vested interest in Strands bringing up a SIG 200 champion for the reasons that I was saying I wanted a SIG 200 champion if they were going to be in my prestige. So just wanted to give the backstory there.
Yeah, I mean, it would definitely be great. The one thing that would hold me back, other than, I mean, this is assuming SIG 200, but the one thing that would hold me back is that Strands has actually brought up the possibility of him taking Silver Centurion to rank 4.
Yeah.
And I feel like he might benefit more from the rank. Because like one of his best uses is the EMP mod node. And because of Aspect of Evolution and Bubble Shield, having more health, more block proficiency, and being able to close out that fight faster really matters. Whereas like a lot of Spider-Man 2099's uses, especially if Anti-Venom is on the team, are just like, okay, well, they're shut down. Try not to take too many basic hits to the face.
Yeah.
And you should win.
I'm trying to recall, does either of them have a way to modify their attack? I don't feel like they do, right?
No, I don't think so. Because Spider-Man 2099 just wants to get more unique debuffs up.
Yeah.
I mean, Silver Centurion at high SIG, I think it's the plasma lasts longer, and that allows you to do the nutty thing.
Yeah.
But that probably doesn't work in war. So I think, hold on, let me go look at the other part of his SIG. Oh, but it does just generically increase the duration of the passives by up to 25%. And it gives you that block proficiency and locked on.
He's a good champion, dude.
He really is.
I still think that I will be taking Penny up first if I can awaken her, and that's just
that'll be a fun one.
Yeah, and that's BG use. That's because of my BG and what it feels
offensively
like.
Or defensively.
Offensively. I mean, if they want to place her, that's fine. But I think we have one.
Okay.
But just providing more flexibility. That seems to be kind of my role. the role that developed over the course of this season was, especially because of my my schedule. You've had to deal with it before. So like this last war, I only took 3 fights, but it was like that. And Liza even told me, they're like, yeah, but the fact that you were able to take those 3 fights was really helpful. Like you happen to have those
the
champions.
Alternative was 3 other people forcing suboptimal counters and hoping to stay alive.
Exactly. Exactly. So I was like, all right, cool. Plus I'm in a BG with like Legacy, Panda Man Pete, Bryn, Mad Cat, who I did not know before, but is obviously an excellent player. Tater, Lasers, Taters and Laser. Not Tater. You guys know what I mean. So it's kind of like I call them like the big dogs, and you got to let the big dogs eat, Yeah.
And we just had this talk, but like any way that you can contribute in a BG where you feel like other people are stronger than you are, which I feel like There's always at least a few in any BGIM. Whenever you feel like, yeah, I can contribute because I set up my roster properly and I planned this properly, and even if my execution isn't quite on that level, I still was part of success. That's a good feeling.
Yeah, maybe it is the being closer. Like now I'm paying more attention to it.
For me, I find it very easy to dodge out when I'm close, and possible at like a medium small distance.
Yeah.
Medium large distance, I just try and avoid at all costs. And that's because when I'm really far away, I feel like I can just flat out evade the 2 bullets and then the whole thing misses. But it's like that that 75th percentile distance that really messes with me, because I have trouble fully evading the bullets and then I can't block the punches. Or I can't dex out of the punches.
Which is what happened to me there. I got kind of screwed with the bubble shield. Vega Ghost shreds the path way faster. Yeah, but who wants faster, guys? Who wants faster? Who wants faster? Not me. I'll be honest. I'm actually at the point now where I'm actively wanting to practice this evade, because I'm surprised I'm struggling with it. I used to take the spider versus lanes in AQ. So I had this down. So now I'm like, I actually want to practice this.
I know what you mean. It's like when I take Korg, I talked about this in a recent video. When I fight him in war, if I can, I block the special 1. And I push him to the special 2 because I just don't deal with it. But when I run into him anywhere else, basically, I actively try and do the full dex, because I know it's just something that I am not as good at as I want to be.
I was about to bring it up, and then I was like, you know what? I'm going to let him bring that up if he wants to. Because I actually just recently watched that war video where you were talking about it. But that's a great analogy. Like, there's just champions where you fought them enough, where you get it down, and then I think you even talked about it. You're like, this is war. So this isn't where I want to like rely on. I used to know how to do this. Like, I don't remember exactly how you phrased it, but
6-month-old muscle memory. Or whatever.
I think that's what you said. Yeah. Kais, if you're still there, dude, are you meta retiring or Jacob retiring? Which means, are you kind of retiring, but you'll be back in a couple months, or are you like done, uninstall the game, and going away forever? Which makes me sad. Judas Priest, what's up, dude? Thank you so much for being here. You get a notification. Yeah, I got an email that the shirts were sent out yesterday. I'm really pumped up. I cannot wait to wear those. I'm gonna wear mine around town. Like, I'm pumped up to wear these shirts. The shirts for the channel deal.
Yeah,
I'm pumped up for it.
That'll be fun.
All right. There we go. Maybe we'll do a few objectives after this.
Yeah, that's what I'm loading up to do right now. Because I still have not finished last month's, which is really embarrassing. But
you've got some work to do.
I know.
I'm just saying.
There's just been so many other things that I've cared about more.
Yeah, I honestly, this has been beyond absurd. Like, I know that like the summon symbiote coming in was supposed to get us very excited, and I think some people are excited. But it was like, yeah, that's not, that didn't make all this worth it, guys. Like, yeah, it wasn't worth it in that sense. Marcus, what's up, dude? Thank you so much for being here, buddy. How did your stream with Coop was on, right? How did that end up going? I was really disappointed I wasn't able to make that. It just happens to be that's like my busy time. Anyone who's ever been an alliance planner of mine knows that there's a couple hours of the day where it's like I'm probably not available. But I thought that was an awesome stream. I can't believe you were able to get them on. That was so cool. And if you're still there, let me know how that went. I'd be excited to hear that. Buddy Lee, I'm doing a stream later today and we'll be busting out my 4-Look Incursions Championship. Did you win, dude? You won the whole thing? Congratulations. Not surprised. Such an awesome player. That'll be really cool. What time are you going on, buddy? Let us know. All right, let's go back in with Venom. Have you tried Quest 1 Anti-Venom? I thought it was poorly designed in comparison to the others. I'm not sure which one that is. Do you know what they're talking about?
I don't. I'm assuming like maybe one of the quests with different rewards that you don't want.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm just doing this one over and over for the rewards. When you're playing Venom, do you want to throw the SP2? I feel like not really.
For me, it kind of depends on what my roles have been.
Yeah.
Like, if I have a bunch of precisions and cruelties, then not so much. But if I've ended up like with a bunch of armors and stuff that I haven't been able to shrug with the heavy, then yeah, I like to throw it. But sometimes I like to throw it when I have like all the heavies, and if you're staying really aggressive, you may not have enough buffs to really make it worth it.
Yeah.
I do think his special 3 is underused.
What does his special 3 even do?
It does extra damage per buff on you, so it's kind of a way to sustainably cash in on the buffs that you've built up.
Yeah, that's making a lot of sense. For those who don't know or just tuned in, Venom is a brand new rank 3 for me. I brought him up for potential war uses to help out my alliance in BG. So while I know like the basics of the champion, there's definitely some strategy on playing him that I do not know.
Okay, somebody was... Okay, that's really odd. That must be a voodoo situation. I'm doing the kill symbiote thing.
Yeah.
And this Agent Venom just purified a bunch of stuff.
There's some weird stuff going on, I feel like, in the game lately.
Yeah.
Because
he has a 70% chance to purify, and Apocalypse is supposed to remove a 100% chance to purify, and then the node gives him 20%. So my guess is that it's similar to how Voodoo gets around Mystic Ward, where the 70 is reduced to 0, not to -30, and then boosted to 20.
I guess. I don't know. That's why I'm often hesitant to say something's a bug. So I'm like, no. Someone's going to show me the math, and like, there's just going to be some interaction that we just didn't think of. Again, I like my current favorite example is going back to that Bizarro Warlock boss, or not Warlock boss, Weapon X boss you guys faced, where like the Bizarro interaction of it all with Warlock, pretty crazy.
Like, there's only one thing that could possibly have happened, but I would not have predicted it.
Yeah. Strands, if you're still there, dude, thanks so much for hanging out, buddy. Hope all's. I'm sure we'll chat soon. Jason's asking, does anyone know how attack bonus is scored in Alliance War? Full attack bonus is how many points?
It's 80 per attack bonus, right? Up to 3. And then that, of course, gets multiplied by whatever your tier multiplier is for season results.
All right. I got to start looking up who these champions are now. We got them on the Discord server, so I'll just go there. Mr. Friendly, congrats on the Venom. Dude, I'm pumped up. I've been stuck on which Cosmic Champion to rank for a while. I had 3. I had Venompool, Venom, and Odin. I wanted to rank all 3 of them. I was not sure if I wanted to do Venompool or Venom. I see the advantages to both. In fact, if you're like Venompool, check out DLL's video today, and you will see why. A big part of why Venompool is awesome.
Yeah, and funnily enough, for both of those fights, he was actually better than Venom.
Do you remember, can you remind us why? It was kind of because of the ramp up, right? And a lot of the reason why you want the Venom is because he can apply the debuff with the bleed without throwing a special. But so why did, if you don't mind explaining it.
The first one was that Warlock that people tend to take with Venom, but he's actually even better for that because Warlock will get around infection once he gets, Venom will get around infection once he gets enough unique buffs up. But until that happens, he actually can be shocked and armor broken by Warlock. Whereas Venompool is flat out immune to armor break and shock and power drain from techs. So he turns off all aspects of the node. And then for the second fight, yeah, it's because Venompool is less calibrated around irregularly landing bleeds, which she would have purified on that node, and more about like building up over the long term, and he continues to build up when you're hitting into block. So for a champion like Penny, where you need to hit into block all the time, he works out really, really well.
You know what? I don't think Red Goblin is one of them, is he?
He should be, but I'm not saying that he is.
Yeah, we'll find out. Find out in a few seconds. What's up, Master Mole? Thank you so much for being here. Oh, he was. Bodslayer, thank you for the advice. And Henry, thank you for the advice. That worked out perfectly. And there's the link to DLL's video. If you guys haven't checked out one of his war videos, I really could not recommend enough. Checking out one, and then you'll find yourself wanting to subscribe to a channel. That is for sure. All right, let's just go down this list and fight these guys. That was good advice. That was good advice.
Thanks, Master Bolt.
Okay, so Buddy Lee's going on at 3:30. It looks like Pacific, so it's a little bit later. But we'll try to check that out. I don't think I'm going to be able to make that one, Buddy. You're streaming with J-Will. Nice. Are you guys doing like an incursions run with each other? Curious. J-Will, another very good player.
Yeah.
All right. Getting that down. Agent Venom side quest yeah, so I'm just not I just want the 6-star shards. I do actually really like this current 6-star featured pool. It hasn't been kind to me, but I do really like it, so I'm just going to keep accumulating as many of the 6-star shards as possible. And I really am getting less and less deals these days, which means the crystals and the shards aren't adding up like they once did. And so going in that way, I mean, my roster is great. I don't know. I'm enjoying the game. The weird part is I'm enjoying the game more than I ever have. And I have found since I started YouTube, the more I enjoy the game, or the more I do YouTube, the more I enjoy the game, the more I get into it, the less interested in opening up, crystals you buy for units I am. And so that just took another huge step lately. Doesn't mean I won't open them again. Null might get me to. I'm not sure. Is Green Goblin one? We just did Venom Pool. What about Venom himself? Venom's got to be one.
Yeah.
And then we'll do Venom the Duck and go from there. Oh, right on, buddy. That sounds cool. Can use hashtag Symbiote. That makes a lot of sense. Thank you, Henry. Thing is, I have done some of them. But this is kind of like what I was talking about with Strands when he was saying he didn't want to do Karina's. And I was like, oh, it wasn't bad. But like being able to do this with you all isn't bad. Doing it in a room by yourself, not quite as much fun.
That's actually one of the earliest points I made about Karina's, because I think we were about like 3 weeks into them.
Yeah.
And a YouTuber told me that it's like, oh, it's not that bad. We've had time to grind for them, and I already knocked them out. And I'm like, okay, did you do both your grinding and your runs?
Yeah.
With the company of 300 other people? Because I would also hate them less.
Yeah. I mean, you just like accept I'm not going to play that as well, if I'm trying to interact anyway. And even still, I think it's just the setup's not as good. But it's a much better experience. It's a significantly better experience.
Yes. Because I streamed a fair bit of my Star-Lord one. And I mean, my average viewers is like 10. but it was still better than doing it alone in my apartment.
Oh, absolutely. And then I often like have the benefit of having someone whose company I enjoy being on call with me too. So it's like, it's fun.
For sure.
Jacob, he had the company of this whiskey. There's also that.
I may have also had that. Just not quite as much whiskey, because then the oopses start turning into other words.
Yeah, the run doesn't go quite as well. Having played this game for so long, these sorts of menus...
Jacob did join me for my run. I appreciated that.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Why did I not find Symbiote? Like, it obviously should be there.
There's an organization one, right? It should be there.
There it is.
Okay.
I just passed it a bunch. I think Venom.
I love how they're alphabetized.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Thank you for giving me an excuse. They weren't alphabetized. That's why I didn't see it. Henry and Botsley had already had time to write it in the chat. Thanks, guys. All right.
Hey, James.
James is here. What's up, buddy? I don't know if you heard this or if I put this in one of our shared chats, but like my favorite part of the practice feature is war. Being able to practice that. Mm-hmm. But sometimes like I would just forget about Limber. Like
yeah.
And so being able to practice against my own mastery setup where I always have Limber, it just has saved me so many times.
I cannot agree more. The other thing is that duels are rarely running 5 points in Mystic Dispersion.
Yep.
And you're like, oh, this is why I use the mastery setup I do, because that is a massive pain in the butt.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And then, as you know, I think I've recently ranked up Mr. Negative, and for very specific reasons, right? Particularly Mojo on kinetic transference. And so being able to see like how this is, it's still not perfect, but it was a lot closer with my own masteries than it is if I just, I don't know what the person's running, or they might be running suicides. Who the heck knows, right? How's it say? Liking the bewhiskered tag? Dude, I saw that. What is that a searchable thing in the filter?
Does that just mean like bearded?
I don't know.
Because somebody said Hercules was part of it, and I didn't know he had an invitation to a specific convention, if it means something else.
I don't I don't see it.
See, my meaning was not lost.
Uh-oh. Do we have to fight Spider-Man? This may go poorly. It's the very first tag on the list. But James, so apparently I'm bad at math, and apparently I don't read well either. But aside from that, I'm fantastic. We'll look at this again after this fight.
Yeah, buddy. It is so nice for Tigra.
What?
The practice mode.
Oh,
just because, like, if you mess up with Tigra and you go for a heavy and you're in the wrong place, and then it's like, well, that duel was over in 10 seconds, and if I do that 4 more times, I'm gonna have to start using units. It's amazing for her in particular, and yeah, I saw that boss kill, buddy. That was awesome. I've wanted to do that one for a little bit.
Oh, thank you very much for subscribing. Buddy's boss kill?
Yeah. Although, to be honest, we probably would have, in season, we would have sent Void, just because I haven't had a chance to bring Tiger at all this season, and I'm not that cocky. But it looked like a really fun fight.
You know what's weird is why is it in dark blue? None of the other tags are in dark blue. And it's definitely, it's not what when I heard Be Whiskered, I thought it was, I thought it was going to be like all the cat related champions in the game. But I think this is making more sense. Although, why is Hulkbuster? Oh, because it's Iron Man, huh?
I guess so.
Yeah. This is pretty nice. I like this. I like what they've done here. I think Diablo wins, though. Right?
Waiting on that Heimdall buff.
This is pretty
I
cool.
wonder what the bonus is going to be, because Reed and Killmonger and Void, you've got some real heavy hitters in here.
Yeah, these are very good champions. That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, like you're... I mean, Hulkbuster is a very good champion, but I don't think he's as strong in war. But like that top 5 is huge.
Yeah. Music Man Joe, what's up, dude? How are you doing? Thank you for being here. True potential. Do they stutter in practice mode? It's become more annoying in war when you can block.
You're not wrong.
Yeah, you are not wrong, my friend. My feeling is that practice mode has been very, very true to game. So whatever server or whatever practice mode takes place on, it feels very much the same as whatever the rest of the game's modes are taking place on. I don't know if that's a good thing or not, but it is the truth. All right, so I've still got 2 of these. Oh man, there's still more than 2. Use Anti-Venom to win fights by dealing the finishing blow. No one likes that. Literally no one likes that. Please don't ever do that again.
Especially for some... Excuse me. Especially for somebody who has... I believe he has one of the higher crit damage multipliers, which makes him way more variable.
Yeah. Yeah, and we all each have
he actually
3-star.
does. That must be something else.
Use Anti-Venom to defeat a champion who has a lust for blood. Who have I not? Oh, it's got to be Carnage, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Because his dupe is called Bloodlust, right?
Yeah. Well, so that's what's weird, though, is like lust for blood. That could be, I mean, that could even be guillotine. I don't believe it is. But because that's like in her description somewhere, too. I remember because of that riddle that I made.
Yeah.
We did riddles on the Discord server, and one of my riddles was guillotine, and I used the bloodlust to try to throw people off. Use Anti-Venom who is an expert in symbiote, and then use Anti-Venom to be a champion who is not like the other Clintar. This is so not fun. So you beat Anti-Venom to beat Anti-Venom. Okay. I'm looking it up now on Trucos. All right. We'll do this.
I'm leveling up my Anti-Venom. Hey man, it's progress.
Yeah, it is. You're doing something now. Oh, if you already have Anti-Venom, then you did do last month's then, right?
I've done most of them. I am now done.
You did all of them? You did every level?
No. But I hadn't finished a chain yet.
Okay.
Got it. Like I had to beat 6-star Agent Venom a couple times, and then I threw some ISO into my brand new America Chavez, and I was good to go.
So I thought I was going to show you guys something really fun and fancy. But Anti-Venom's SP2, you can treat it like Void's SP1, where if you do the dive in, dive out, dive back in, you can punish it. I figured that out while fighting him in the EQ. It's pretty cool. I think it'll be helpful.
Yeah, you know what I figured out? If anyone ever is getting backed up by Overseer, you can do that on his special one, but you can do it as he teleports back. So you can actually gain ground when he throws his special.
And then when he does that, like dash forward,
it doesn't cover any ground because you're right there.
That's really big deal too, because that covers so much ground. Like if you're trying not to get cornered.
Yeah.
That's a really cool one.
I was doing that with Killmonger, and I was dashing in as he dashed back, and then I would do one dash back to avoid the charge, and then smack him for True Strike. and I spent most of the fight in his corner.
I'm going to have a little bit of a problem here because I believe it's Symbiote Supreme who I now need to fight. And he's going to be... yeah, I knew I'd ranked him up.
Hey,
all
Oakley.
right.
Good to hear from you.
Let's see how this goes. What's up, Oakley? How you doing, dude? Thank you so much for being here. Hey, dude, did you join the Discord server the other day? Someone with the named Oakley did.
That person did say they were the Oakley. I remember them.
Oh, they did?
responding to that.
Oh, okay,
So
cool.
I believe so.
So then it is the Oakley. Or they were like, yeah, of course I'm the Oakley.
He says, "Yeah, that was me."
Cool. All right. Well, as long as I don't dash into any more special attacks, this should be fine. I mean, there is something to kind of like about this champion, even when you're not like trying to play him perfectly. Vishnu, what's up, buddy? Thank you so much for being here. All right, so we got that one down. That's got to be one of them. Let's see who else is left. SSX has invaded the Discord server. They absolutely have, and it's been delightful to have every single one of them there. Even Rob, like, will throw up his war videos every once in a while, I've noticed.
Yeah.
The only downside to it is there's now like 40 war videos a day to watch. But as someone...
JT was even saying he might start uploading his, and on the one hand, like, yes, do. You have good, like, great fights, but on the other hand, oh god, another one.
Yeah. It's like, I can't think of a good analogy, but it's like, it's not too much of a good thing. I love war videos, and I know these people, so I enjoy it even more. But it is a lot. It is a lot of war videos. It's more a lot of YouTube, but it is what it is. All right. Lust for Blood. That's got to be Carnage. And then the Venom fight gave me that antibody, so I might go back and do that again. Let's get this down. Let's see, do I have a 2-star Carnage? Is Carnage out as a 2-star?
Very quickly realize I have absolutely no idea how to use Anti-Venom.
Yeah, dude, like, this stuff just happens, right? Like, we did a lengthy stream testing him out. And, like, even came up with, like, rotations, and, like, Simula was on. I remember this. BMCG was on. Like, it just... I don't know. My brain's only got room for so much information, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I believe, like, every time I'm ending a combo in a medium, I'm rotating, like, which of his debuffs he's going to be putting on. Geez. Yeah, I'm going to have to... Because I'm running willpower on my count, I'm going to need to get these petrifies up, I believe.
Oh. No? Oh. Okay. I
Here
thought
we
the
go.
sirens were coming.
Were you worried the sirens were coming for you?
No, I live near a large medical complex.
Yeah.
It just happens all the time.
When I was in school. Why is it so common in school? Are universities and hospitals close to each other? Because
Well, this one is because it's the University of Pittsburgh Medical Center.
okay, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, I had I couldn't hear the sirens, by the way, but
Okay, good.
when I was in law school, it was sirens quite regularly. What's up, William? How you doing, buddy? Thanks so much for being here. Raiders, welcome, Raiders. Is Raiders here? Oh, we got raided. Thank you so much for being here, guys. What's up, Brian Perkins? Thank you so much for bringing over your crowd, dude. I really appreciate that. We're just going through the Anti-Venom objectives here. I think for the most part we've got them done, and I'm not going to try to do that SP3 one, at least not right now. Let me get these next two done. We'll just finish this off with I think it was 2-star Venom gave me that synergy one. And then maybe we'll try to do the quest itself 1 or 2 more times. Yeah. How's everyone doing today? How's everyone's war season end up? I know how Kai's has ended up. DLL, I'm familiar. It sounds like you guys did end on a positive note there, and at the very end here.
Yeah, that part was nice.
Yeah. Anyone who's been on the stream for a while saw the loss come up. So for Loki, we did lose our last war, which is not good. We may drop down in Platinum 1, which, like, really, when you look at the rewards, it's just those very, very small amount of rank 4 materials that you're going to be missing out on. But yeah. I don't know. There's just something about hitting masters.
Well, and
that
when
feels
is
good.
when do we remember when Map 8 is coming out? Because that will help.
November. I think it's like November, I don't know, 11, 18, something like that. I don't know why I'm looking around the room like I have the date. I'm like, oh, where is it? But yeah, it'll come out.
Let me just check all of the Alliance World paraphernalia I have plastered on my office walls.
Yeah, if I look at my calendar of when my videos are coming out, I'm sure it'll be there, which it obviously is not. All right, let's beat up this Venom one more time. But I think it's like November. I am not looking forward to it. I'm not looking forward to it. Is anyone looking forward to Map 8 AQ? I'm curious on that.
I'm cautiously looking forward to the rewards, and one commenter on my recent video pointed out that Venom Pool, at least on paper, should be a good counter to both the mini-boss and the boss. Everything else about it, not so much.
Who's the mini-boss? I thought it was... who's the mini-boss?
Isn't it like Nimrod and Penny?
Oh yeah, that's right, it is. Yeah. Yeah.
So I'll have to get really good at those evades, but at the same time, it's not like he has any prowess to get nullified or anything.
Yeah.
And his degen against robots is pretty sweet.
Yeah, that's true. So like King Groot's might come into handy there, right?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, there's an excellent chance that Work is going to have King Groot in AQ every day.
Yeah, I would if possible. I guess I don't like AQ. I know no one really does.
Right.
I don't like the way it's framed. Before Loki goes to Platinum 1, Master Full, that's blue. It's like, yeah, we're done. We're over. We're all retiring. Good. That's a good point. Good point. Like, that's what I'm saying. It's like, really, it's not that big of a deal. It's just, I don't know, just a thing. I didn't realize Map 8 was so soon. Yeah, dude, it is. Strands, you're back. Yeah, we're still here, dude. We're still here. We had objectives to do, my friend. These objectives are not going to do themselves. That came out poorly. All right. Let's go ahead and jump back in. Let's do this 1 or 2 more times. What were we going to say?
So, with Anti-Venom, is there something about him that's coded as a self-inflicted debuff? Because...
I wouldn't think so.
I don't know what's happening, but I'm fighting Venom right now. And, like, when I'm getting hit and healing, I'm seeing red ones along with, like, the healing from myself.
Yeah.
And that doesn't make any sense.
No, it doesn't. If like Simula was on, he'd be able to explain this to you, I believe. I will not, because I didn't dive that deep into it. I think that's a bug. I believe.
Okay, because like I know, obviously, I'm running Max Despair, so
Yeah.
I'm assuming that's what's happening. Is that something on him is coded as a debuff, and so he's getting the full reduction.
Yeah, I don't. That
But
might
why?
be right. I don't. I don't want to try to say that I know what it is, because I do not, and so I don't want to give the wrong information. But I do feel very confident that it was agreed upon that is not how it's supposed to be.
I'm pretty confident it's not a visual bug, Brother Dingo, because if it were a visual bug, I wouldn't be taking damage every tick.
You know, give me a minute and I'll log on to the Discord, see if I can find that conversation. For those who are like, what the heck is this guy talking about? I am in the CCP, so I can look and see if if that information, because I remember this being talked about. And it's like anything else, you know, the people who are really into Venom asked these questions and noticed, and I just wasn't that into him. All right.
But yeah, I just think AQ is a huge design challenge because you want to assign rewards to it, but at the same time, you don't want those rewards to be available to everyone. And so you need it to be difficult, but you don't just want it to be grindy. So you need it to be difficult in an interesting way, but often that just means that it's complex. And I think it's almost impossible to design anything that's actually interesting when you do it every single day.
So,
or, sorry, 5 days out of 8.
Yeah, but it feels like every single day.
Right.
I'm trying to find this, guys. I know it was in here and came up. Okay, yeah, here we go. It came up. I'm trying to look for a concrete answer that I can give you guys.
Big Blue says in all caps, it's every day.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm not able to quickly find. So the answer that I have, but this is like going back a bit, guys, is that they thought it may just be a visual bug. If I can find like an update on that, I'll get that out. I'll put that like in the Discord server or something like that. Because I do think it's a weird thing when you're doing a fight and you see your champions losing health. You don't always have time to look and see like how much health are they losing. You just see that there's a lot of red numbers on your side of the screen. That doesn't feel good. So yeah. So I had an idea for AQ.
Well, and it looks like I wasn't healing back the damage from blocking specials. And that matters.
That does matter. That's actually a really big deal. Yeah, Buddy Lee, it's funny, man. I'm sorry. I forgot to actually send that to you. If you look at the patch notes that are coming out for next month, they're fixing that. Buddy Lee, for the people who are listening, nice. Yeah, Buddy Lee pointed out to me that some hits on BP Special 1 were actually missing. And so we got that uploaded and they're taking it. Marcus, cool. So here we go. Here's a knowledge. The -1 is a visual bug. You remember saying that Lex, it'll get fixed. Now, healing back on the block, though, that should...
Yeah, that doesn't... I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. So my idea for AQ, and anyone, seriously, guys, feel free to trash it. Just trash it respectfully. So that was cool. Nice little lag to start the game. I feel like the problem with AQ, or the reason why people don't enjoy it, is because I don't think you can actually like win in AQ. Like your score is calculated before you even start the game. The only thing you could possibly do is get the score that you already were slotted in for, or hit them out and hurt your alliance. So like it's really just pure prestige. And then just trudging through it. And because it's the exact same thing every time, and you do it every time, you're going to get bored of it. Like, I don't care how amazing the game... Like, they could all be as imaginative as, the Grandmaster and all these things. Gwynmaster.
It'd just be so much fatigue doing that every day.
I'm just saying, like, I want to use an example because I know that these are fights that people have liked and said were imaginative. You can tell I've totally lost focus on Shang-Chi here. And so what I thought of was make it exciting. Like, give people a reason to, like, want to do this or to, like, improve at it. And so, you like, the essence was have your prestige, like, slot you. Meaning, if your alliance's prestige was in the top 1 through 5, then you were put in the 1 through 5 bracket, and then 1 through 5 competed against each other in some way, shape, or form to get the number 1 rewards, and then have it be like 6 through 15. and so on and so forth. So keep the brackets the way they are, but your alliance prestige just gets you in there. And then this is where that was like the overall like principle of it. I was like, I think if people could actually like improve their score, they might be invested in it at least a little bit. And I came up with the idea of like, we know that they can record fight times and tabulate those at the end, was have it be a fight time race. So like the faster you go. And so people were like, look, but that's going to be, people are going to need to run suicides and boosts, and it's going to require planning. And like, we've already got enough of that with war. And I was like, okay, that's fair. Like, I get that. And I was like, well, what if you just made the map easy? Like, make the map relative to like anyone in the top 100 is running just that month's EQ. Like, that's the EQ map. Like, that's it. And let everyone, like, either have everyone have free mastery changes and boosts. I don't know. Just find a way to take away the pain points of that and just make EQ easy. I was like, I think that's part of the problem, is like making it fun and interactive and new. Everyone's just going to get bored of it in 2 to 3 weeks anyway. I think it's the way the whole thing is done. I don't know. Like I said, I'm very open to people being like, that is a horrible idea.
I don't think it's a horrible idea, but I am skeptical, because even if you make it so that boosts don't work, and even if you allow for free mastery resets, which is something that we've been asking for God knows how long.
Yeah. Sorry.
Like, even if you fix all of that, like, isn't it going to end up feeling kind of like the Summoner Showdown, where you're like, well, the champion blocked for 5 whole seconds. Yeah. And so now my alliance is rank 2 instead of rank 1 because they turtled.
So what I would want though is like, do you like the idea? And I'm reading the chat, and I feel like some people are liking it. Is like, just stop having prestige be the be all end all. Like, it's more like your ticket to the dance than it is the dance itself. Like, I don't like that. I think, people would still rank up prestige champions. I was very happy to see. I did not realize it was a bug. I thought it was just me missing sometimes. But you see they're updating that sometimes champions will just block instead of throwing the special.
I did see that. I also feel like I remember seeing that on previous patch notes, so I'm taking it under advisement.
That's happened to me quite a few times. And again, I just assumed it was me. I didn't realize it was a bug. All right.
Christopher Benish, I have wondered about that. Like, the thing is that not everybody works Monday through Friday, so even if they optimized it that way, it could still be a pain point. Like, let's say they make it Monday through Friday, and they plan it around, North American 9 to 5s.
Yeah.
Well, what happens if you're a restaurant worker and you work 4 to midnight, Wednesday through Sunday? Like, I don't know. I do think that it is annoying that it's in a different spot every week, but I also think in the long run, it's probably more equitable that way.
I used to want it to... God, I cannot nail this debate to save my life. I used to want it to be just during the week. I have a family, I have a wife, I have kids. Right. And then someone was kind of like, yeah, but dude, like, I'm a college student, or like you said, like, I work in a restaurant or whatever, like, I'm a performer. And I was like, okay, yeah, my thinking was, that's, your life is just as important as mine. Like, that's true. Okay, cool. Like, because I used to want it Monday through Friday as well. So I hear you, Christopher, but I would imagine a lot of the player base probably isn't like a 9 to 5 Monday through Friday in North America too. So I don't know, man. Prestige itself is stupid. I actually agree, True Potential. I think if they got rid of Prestige now, though, like, that would be a really bad move. It would be a lot of bad move, especially because I would guess, I don't have access to the numbers, obviously. A lot of your massive whales also are Prestige chasers. I would guess that. And so, not that you need to be afraid of those people and make decisions constantly around them. I think that would also be a problem. But I don't think it would be smart to go and piss off, your largest spenders on something like that. Like, it's just been in the game for so long. There's just no way they can get rid of it. Brian saying score calculated before it begins off Prestige. Yeah, totally. Yeah, that's my problem, Brian, is it's like, I can't win. Like in war, we're competing against each other. Like I guess like in content, you can try to do it low items or get through maybe something that you otherwise probably shouldn't, but you force your way through or you skill it. And for AQ, it's just like, I don't know, man. Whatever. I don't mind AQ. Because I've gotten used to map 7. But I just like learning a whole new map and stuff. I'm just not excited for it at all. So we'll see. Score by hits taken. Yeah, dude. You know
what happens when it gets to 0? That's the only problem.
Then just like if that literally happened, like if literally like in my scenario, if literally there was, let's say 1 through 5, all 5 of them had 0, just give them all AQ1 rewards, man. But I get why Kabam can't do that, because that's always been a thing for me, where I was like, look, if someone opens up 10 featured crystals, just give them the champion they want. Like, be like, here, crystal 11, here you go. It's a wish crystal. Like, just give them Hercules. They've put in the time, dude. They've saved up. Like, come on. But I also understand why Kabam, from a for-profit stance, doesn't want to do those sorts of things, right? Because
it would be nice to at least have like some kind of mercy timer where it's like, if you, because there are always 6 true features within the feature, right? It would be nice if like, if you missed out on the features for like, I don't know, 5 in a row, then the next one was guaranteed to be one of the 6. Like, people would still be unhappy, people would still open more, but that would be something. Like, it is so painful to open one of these feature crystals. Like, on my last one, I think I got 2 vultures, 3 sentinels, and 2 civil warriors.
what if you could like, I mean, because it's always easy to come up with flaws in someone's idea, but the principal idea is good. So I think like the principal idea there is really good. What if you could like trade them in? Like when the crystal is done with its run, you know? And you could see, like, I'm sure they could calculate this, like based on the progression level of that summoner, how many shards would it be reasonable for them to have earned just by playing the game? Like not having to have spent money. Like just how many shards would that be reasonable for them from the EQ and whatever. And then if they've opened up that many crystals worth of the featured, then they can trade in someone for someone else, like just a one-time thing. Like, so you could trade in Vulture for Shang-Chi. I assume you wanted Shang-Chi. I don't remember if you got him or not. I don't know. Like, again, I'm sure there's flaws in that thinking, but if you're like motivated, you'll figure it out eventually. Whatever.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It'd be nice just eventually.
Yeah. Everyone doesn't care about prestige until they suddenly do. I think it's something you should always keep in mind in case you want to move up. Oh, I agree.
Yeah.
Like, so Jacob, like, this is just me being like, if I ruled the game, these are things I would do. I don't. And so, yeah, when people ask for advice, I think it's always important to remind them, like, well, okay, if you SIG 200 your Omega Red, and you want to move up to a higher tier War Alliance or in Prestige, you better either be an amazing Omega Red player and hope that that alliance needs one, because there's a lot of them, right? They're like, great, we have 4 Omega Red players. Or you better have other really high prestige champions, or at least that potential to move up. So it's the game we're playing. It's like the game we're playing versus the game I wish we had. You know? Hammy, I have an IQ idea. Make it a 7-day event running the whole week. Allowance I just run 4 days every week. Cut off is Monday at 10. So that's something, right? Because then I do think there's something to like joining the alliance that fits how you want to play the game. I think that is incredibly important. Like anytime anyone asks about moving up in alliances, up being like a higher AQ or a higher war standing, there's always that hesitancy, right? Because typically you've been with an alliance for a long time, you consider them like family and friend alliance or something, and then you're moving and you might go somewhere where it just might not be the same. And so like if there's forums that really help people find alliances that play the game the way we do, I think that makes a lot of sense to me. Yeah, that would actually. Buddy's saying like showdown hits taken #1 criteria, then time, then DPS. Yeah, I mean, and it's obviously they can calculate it. I just like that idea. I will tell you, it did not take off like wildfire when I presented it. a couple of the CCP members who saw it really liked it, and some other folks did not. And I respect that. I respect that. All right, I think we're gonna do this last run, and then Jacob or anyone who follows his channel, can anyone let me know, is Campo streaming right now?
Yeah, let me go look.
He had said he might. I think
Who's the one with rage issues, by the way? Did we cover that?
Wait,
yes,
what?
Campo is streaming.
Okay. I think there should be a guaranteed with cats. Some games have like every 90th crystal you should get the champion. It's honestly disgusting how much you can spend. I think so too, Jacob, because I'm sure the data exists. There's probably even behavioral data that shows that, like, and you know, guys, I'm sorry, this turned into a serious stream. It wasn't my intention. I am sure there's probably even behavioral data to show that, like, addictive thing has fully set in, and I don't think that's okay. But this is going back to, if you've been with the stream for a while, you heard me talking about not wanting to glamorize crystal openings, and having done that, or not, that wasn't my intention. My intention wasn't to do that, but kind of realizing, like, this is what's coming across. This is what's coming out to people. Like, I'm putting this into the world, and this is what my viewers are seeing, and me being like, I don't like this. This does not feel good. I really want to stop doing this. Well, which was good. I stopped doing it, and then, like I said multiple times, the more into YouTube and therefore learning the game, the less I've been interested in crystals. In COD, you can open 6 boxes, top reward being a weapon, and once you open one, next choice is from the other 5. So if you spend enough, you get what you want. I like that. I mean, I understand too. Like, I think there's a counter argument to that, especially from like a free to play player perspective. When these games are advertised as free to play, so, you know, players being like, well, look, you can just buy anything. I feel like that's like a cheap way out, though, right? Like, meaning, mm-hmm. in the lesser of the two evils, I think taking advantage of addiction is significantly more evil. So between those two, I know which one I would choose 10 times out of 10. And that would be what you're saying, their true potential. So, I really didn't mean for this to turn so serious. But it is what it is. All right, let's get this fight down, and then let's go check out Campo. I'm realizing, like, how late it's gone. I did not mean to go this long today. So I think he started like an hour and a half ago.
Yeah, I'm going to need to get some work done then. I'm probably going to stream as well, because I have 17 energy refills.
Oh, really?
That just turned red.
What time are you going on today?
Probably whenever I finish practicing.
All right. Well, you guys heard it here. We got a really solid lineup for everyone today. If you're interested in watching streamers, we'll go right over to Campo, and then DLL will probably be on at some point.
You know what? I may as well say now. It's probably going to be somewhere in between 7:30 and 8 Eastern.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I
after
may play
Campo,
a bit before that, but that's probably when I'll stream.
Okay. Well, then after Campo, really want to actually get the solo with Venom. It really shouldn't be this hard. It's a rank 3 Venom, for goodness sake. But after Campo, maybe a small break. Enzo will probably be on, or KT1.
Yeah.
I never make either of those streams because I'm usually eating or in a meeting. And then DLL and Buddy Lee. Buddy Lee's going to be on doing a really cool incursion stream with J Will, who also has a really cool channel. Lots of great war videos to check out. Did not get the solo with Venom. Maybe one day if I try hard enough. Let's get this down.
All right, I went ahead and linked Campos in the description.
Thank
or
you.
In the chat.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Yeah, I logged onto your computer and edited the description.
Well, when I gave you the password that was 1234 pound, you know, I should have known that you were eventually going to do it. Thank you, everyone, for showing up. You guys, like I always say, you guys are the reason this is fun. I know the stream turned a little more serious topic, but hopefully it was enjoyable. There's some questions on it, so I think that was good. Yeah, let's go with Vega Raid. Let's raid Campo. Thank you, Kais, for the generous donation. I really always appreciate it, my friend. I hope you're not retiring full time. It's just a temporary one while you're on a trip. And DLL, thank you so much for being on the call. Thank you, Jacob, all the moderators, everyone for being here. Brian, thank you for bringing over your crew. I really appreciate that, man. And DL, did you have anything that you would like to add?
No, nothing further.
Cool.
Catch y'all next time.
All right. Catch everyone soon. Take care.